Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered why being around people feels exhausting or overwhelming? You're not alone. Research shows that nearly 40% of people identify as introverts and many more experience discomfort in social situations for a variety of reasons. Today, we'll explore the psychology behind why some of us just don't like being around people, what it means and how to navigate these feelings. Introduction. We live in a world that often celebrates extroversion, group activities, networking events and social media interactions dominate our daily lives. But for some, the idea of constantly being around others feels draining or even unpleasant. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, and it certainly doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Instead, it could be a combination of personality, past experiences and biological factors. In this video, we'll dive into the top reasons why you might dislike being around people, supported by research and real-life examples. Reason 1. You're an introvert. One of the most common reasons for avoiding people is introversion. Introverts recharge by spending time alone and often feel drained after prolonged social interactions. Dr. Carl Jung, a renowned psychologist, was among the first to distinguish between introverts and extroverts. Introverts tend to focus on their inner thoughts and feelings, while extroverts draw energy from external interactions. Example: imagine attending a party where everyone is loud and animated. By the end of the evening, you feel mentally and emotionally drained, while extroverted friends want to keep the party going. How to navigate? 1. Accept your introverted nature and don't force yourself into situations that feel overwhelming. 2. Schedule downtime before or after social events to recharge. Reason 2. Social anxiety. Social anxiety is another reason why you might dislike being around people. It's the fear of being judged, embarrassed or scrutinized in social situations. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH, social anxiety affects approximately 7% of adults in the US each year. It's one of the most common mental health conditions. Example: you're invited to give a toast at a wedding, but the mere thought of speaking in front of a crowd makes your palms sweat, your heart race and your mind blank out. How to navigate? 1. Practice deep breathing techniques or grounding exercises to manage anxiety. 2. Gradually expose yourself to social situations, starting with smaller, low-pressure events. 3. Consider seeking therapy such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which is proven to help with social anxiety. Reason 3. Past negative experiences. Sometimes disliking people stems from past negative experiences, such as bullying, betrayal or toxic relationships. These events can make you wary of opening up to others. Studies published in the Journal of Interpersonal Violence indicate that individuals who experience trauma in social contexts are more likely to develop avoidance behaviors. Example: in high school, a group of friends betrayed your trust by sharing your secrets. Now, as an adult, you feel uneasy about forming new connections, fearing the same thing might happen. How to navigate? 1. Work on healing past wounds through therapy or journaling. 2. Build trust gradually by forming connections with people who demonstrate kindness and reliability. Reason 4. Overstimulation. If you dislike being around people, it could be because you're easily overstimulated. Crowds, loud noises or chaotic environments can overwhelm your senses, making social interactions unpleasant. Elaine Aron, a psychologist and author of The Highly Sensitive Person, explains that some individuals have heightened sensitivity to external stimuli, which can make social settings overwhelming. Example: you go to a music festival with friends, but the combination of loud music, bright lights and crowded spaces leaves you feeling irritable and exhausted. How to navigate? 1. Choose quieter, more intimate gatherings instead of large events. 2. Use noise-canceling headphones or take breaks in a calm space to recharge. Reason 5. Fear of rejection or judgment. Fear of rejection or judgment is another reason why you might dislike being around people. This fear can stem from low self-esteem or previous instances of being criticized. A study in Psychological Bulletin found that fear of rejection is linked to overgeneralizing past negative experiences, making individuals more likely to avoid social interactions. Example: during a meeting at work, you hesitate to share an idea, worrying that your colleagues will think it's foolish. How to navigate? 1. Challenge negative self-talk by focusing on your strengths. 2. Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage rather than criticize. Reason 6. Lack of common interests. Sometimes, the issue isn't anxiety or overstimulation but simply a lack of common ground. When conversations feel forced or uninteresting, it's natural to avoid those interactions. According to Dr. Dan McAdams, a psychologist specializing in personality, shared interests and values are key to forming meaningful connections. Example: you're at a networking event and everyone is talking about topics you find dull or unrelatable, such as stock markets or luxury cars. How to navigate? 1. Seek out communities or groups that align with your hobbies or values. 2. Don't be afraid to politely disengage from conversations that don't resonate with you. Reason 7. Burnout or emotional exhaustion. Emotional exhaustion from work, family responsibilities, or life stress can make socializing feel like another chore rather than an enjoyable experience. The World Health Organization recognizes burnout as a legitimate syndrome resulting from chronic workplace stress, but it can also extend to social burnout. Example: after a long week of deadlines and responsibilities, you dread the idea of attending a friend's birthday party, even though you care about them. How to navigate? 1. Be honest with yourself and others about your need for rest. I'd love to catch up, but I need some downtime this weekend. 2. Focus on self-care practices that help you recharge. Reason 8. Mismatch in energy levels. Sometimes, it's not about disliking people but about mismatched energy levels. For example, highly energetic or extroverted individuals may exhaust you if you're naturally more reserved. Dr. Susan Cain, in her book Quiet: The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking, explains how introverts often feel drained by the fast-paced nature of extroverts. Example: your best friend loves hopping from one event to another, but you'd rather spend the evening with a good book or a movie. How to navigate? 1. Communicate your preferences honestly. I'd love to spend time with you, but let's keep it low-key. 2. Find a balance by alternating between social activities and quieter ones. Reason 9. Distrust in others. If you've experienced betrayal, dishonesty or manipulation in the past, it's natural to feel distrustful of others. A study in Personality and Social Psychology Review suggests that trust issues often develop from early experiences with unreliable caregivers or friendships. Example: after being lied to by a close friend, you find it hard to open up to new people, fearing history will repeat itself. How to navigate? 1. Start by building trust in small ways, such as sharing minor details before diving into deep topics. 2. Recognize that not everyone will betray you. Give people a chance to earn your trust over time. Reason 10. Preference for solitude. Finally, some people simply prefer solitude. Being alone can be a source of peace, creativity and self-reflection, and that's completely okay. Studies by Dr. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, the psychologist who coined the term flow, show that many people achieve their most productive and creative states while alone. Example: you cherish your time spent painting, journaling or gardening, and you find these activities far more fulfilling than socializing. How to navigate? 1. Embrace your need for solitude without guilt. 2. Set boundaries to ensure others respect your preference for alone time. Conclusion: so, why might you dislike being around people? It could be due to introversion, social anxiety, overstimulation or even a preference for solitude. These feelings are valid and don't make you antisocial. They simply reflect your unique personality and needs. Key takeaway: understanding the reasons behind these feelings can help you embrace who you are while finding ways to balance social interactions when necessary. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to relationships and socializing. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Comment below. What's one reason you avoid socializing and how do you cope with it? Subscribe for more content on psychology, self-growth and relationships. Thank you for watching and take care.